This video is about Ingrid coming out today, I believe. I watched the video today, and so I'm just kind of assuming it came out today, and I watched it all the way through, and she voiced that she wanted to hear our thoughts, or really, Joey GRACEFFA voiced that he wanted to hear our thoughts too, and I was going to type a comment, but I'm the type of person where it's just a lot easier if I just go ahead and say it. And I said this wasn't going to be a long intro, but here I go. Anyways, my thoughts are that I don't like her any more than I did before, and I certainly don't like her any less than I did before. But my thoughts aren't necessarily in line with those commenters who feel as though it was unnecessary to be announced at all, because I do feel like whether it was of any sort of value to the viewers or not, that it was something that was obviously important for her, and that you can visually see it was something that she grew in and that took a weight off of her shoulders, and I thought that that was just an absolute beautiful thing. Another thing, just kind of showing my opinions versus commenters, because I have read comments, and it really does fill my heart with joy to know that there were so many positive commenters, but of course you're going to scroll across, not even necessarily negativity in the form of hate, but just simply kind of, and I'm not even going to say ignorant, because it is an opinion, but to me, my opinion versus these opinions of the fact that they think that she's using it as a stunt, or that she doesn't know who she is after struggling for all this time and after making it to this point. I cannot stress that enough, that if she were wanting to do this, having to do with building a fan base and just adding popularity and racking in views, then she would have done this a long time ago. And I think it shows that she's pretty sure of her sexuality, which is something that is very personal and that she did decide to share with everyone, which is why I say that I'm not going to bash anyone's opinions, because we open ourselves to that when we put content of that nature out on YouTube, on the internet. But with that being said, I don't feel like it was deserved, and it almost disgusts me that many of the comments were almost trying to dissect and pull apart all of her statements in her past to kind of basically disrespect everything that she was saying and tell her, even though you spent all this time soul searching and trying to suppress and keeping up appearances, because for some whatever reason, sadly enough, being gay will paint you in a bad light. Even after all this and being strong enough to share this information with people that she obviously cares about and values, and it was something that she was nervous about, just like if you were to tell your parents. She was nervous, and as I said, that weight was lifted telling us, her viewers. But even with all those things, someone has the nerve to try and tell her that no, you are not, because A, B, and C. And it especially rocks me that people are using past boyfriends as both the reason why she isn't, and also the reason why she shouldn't be, because I guess to some people gay is, unless the other gender that they aren't attracted to is super, super hot. And there's no way you can be, because they were super, super attractive, and you were with them romantically, so no, there's no way. I think if anything, that validifies and solidifies the fact even more that she is, because as she said, she explored different relationships, and even in those relationships that she tried to almost conform and make sure of her sexuality in those stages, they didn't last. They didn't work out in that way, at least. From what she said, I do think it's really great, because from what she said, I see that some of them have turned into really great friendships that blossomed into her being able to open up throughout this whole thing. Which is brings me to my next point, the fact that people say that this shouldn't be a whole thing, and that they say these days it's nothing. And I'm not going to go full-fledged with that statement, but I would like to say that a little, in essence, I guess I can say that I do believe in that a little bit myself. I feel like now that more people are more open, that people aren't as shocked by it. But that doesn't at all mean that people aren't as hateful and as denying and judgmental, which is why it is a big thing for them. And you wouldn't know unless you are, or unless you are her even, because just as all straight people don't have these certain traits when it comes to how we feel about our sexuality, homosexuals don't either. So even if you are a homosexual and you feel in your personal journey it wasn't a big deal or something to be announced or something you shouldn't speak about outside of your romantic relationships, that's not you and that is her. I just wanted to get my opinion out there. And I do have some of my points may seem a little bit contradicting. That's just because my mind is kind of all over the place. And I've taken a lot of time to read and not respond angrily to a lot of the comments that I've read that were pretty negative and basically hate speech. And so it's given me time to kind of think about where everyone may be coming from so that I had this opportunity to voice how I feel on all of those different points. This video is kind of rambling and all, but I just wanted to put that out there into the universe. And also, if by a strange chance, Ingrid, you're watching this, I just want to let you know that you have my undying support, just as you always have. And I think that you're still as awesome as you were yesterday. And I hope that that does make you feel good to hear that nothing's changed except for how you feel inside. And I hope that is free and accepted and that I can add to that feeling. Alright, thank you all for watching.